How's it going, everybody? Dardano's Fate here, back with another Dardano vlog here at the Couch Chambers. Hope everybody's doing fantastic, as always. So, this is going to be kind of a different vlog. It's going to be a little bit personal, and it's going to be kind of a rant more than anything else. And it may not make sense in any way, shape, or form, and things may be completely random, but here it is. So, I've tried recording this like several thousand times, so bear with me as I'm trying to think in my mind how I want to make it all get out. When I was young, I didn't really have a whole lot of friends. I just didn't. I was different, and I stayed at home a lot, and I loved building with Lego. That's where I get my inspiration to build all the time. That's why when you see me playing Minecraft, I usually want to have more opportunities and take more time to invest in building things than I do in, like, going out and mining resources and, like, you know, figuring out new things. I want to build, because that's just what I've always done with my life. I've come home, and I'm stressed out, and I'm mad, and I'm tired, and I just build, and I just let it all out, and everything's better. And that's what my life was when I was from grade 1, kindergarten on, up until ever, up probably until like almost the end of high school. That's what I did with my life. Even when I was in high school, I still would come home, and that's what I would do. And I never really, like, invited people over. I was like, hey, come play Lego with me. No, it wasn't play. It was like I was focused and centrifuged on what I was doing, and that's where my kind of aesthetic pleasure came from, where, like, I have to be pleased in the aesthetics of how things look, or I get aggravated because I'm OCD. It's not, like, OCD in the sense of, like there are some people who are very OCD and, like, who they actually suffer from it, and it's actually like a medical condition for them, or how would you put it? An illness? How would you word it? Yeah, like, you know, there's that. It's not. I'm not that level. It's, for me, what OCD is it's like it has to look aesthetically pleasing, and it has to look almost perfect. And if it doesn't, it bothers me, and it makes me want to just flip a table. But that really strived from just the fact that I've done it my whole life. And the reason is because when I was a kid, I stood out. I was so different, and you know, I didn't really have a whole lot of friends, and it's not because, you know, I avoided society like the plague. It was just because I was different, and I didn't really get along with people. You know, a lot of people made friends with other people because they had mutual, you know, funniness and different things that they got along together with. And then there was me, and I was just kind of like, whatever, I don't even care. And I really tried to get into kind of the you know, the cliques and tried to get into groups and whatever, and it never fucking worked. It never worked. There was only ever, like, really one time in my life, and that was, like, in high school, where I really got into a group. During school, I should say. That's really the one time where I actually got into a group and felt included. It was because I was with a bunch of other really weird people who were just like me, who were you know, openly different, who were, like, you know, I was openly gay in high school. You know, I was people who were openly bisexual, or who were openly just different in so many different ways. And we got along, you know, for whatever weird reason. Our craziness, our insanity, and our unique differences got along. But that was really the only time in my life that I really had that. Aside from when I was with the Canadian Cadet Organization, being a cadet, you know, you would be surprised at how many other cadets are very, very different and unique. That's not a bad thing. It's a good thing. But anyways, you know, building has been such a significant part of my life for so long, and it's primarily because when I got stressed and when I became, you know, depressed and suicidal and upset, I didn't want to be the one that went into my room and cut my wrists. And my heart goes out to people who do that, and I really think that, you know, you should find other means and don't do it. It's bad. You know, I'm here for you, and I'm sure there's other people out there that would really like to see you doing something else with your life. Something, you know, that can help benefit you and make your life better. But anyways, I'm giving bad advice. I'm sorry. But, you know, I didn't want to sit in my room and do that. I didn't want to cut myself and continue to lull in the sadness and become even further down into depression. You know, I was already suffering from a form of schizophrenia called schizoaffective disorder, so I was already under this problematic issue of psychosis. I'm sorry, I'm terrible at explaining things, but I guess I'll kind of quickly sum that up so that I can get back to my main point. Again, I suffered from a form of schizophrenia called schizoaffective disorder. It was never officially diagnosed, but talking with the different professionals that I've talked to about what I had, they've pretty much concluded that that's pretty much what it was. And I know you pretty much, huh? Well, that's what we've concluded. I went into psychosis a lot. I saw a lot of different things, but I don't know if it was just that I have in so much pain, both mentally and physically, that I just didn't notice, or I just had some unique ability to be able to recognize what was reality and what wasn't. But I really was able to avoid falling so deep into psychosis that it dragged me in. Mind you, there was the odd time where that happened, but that's a completely different story that I'll get into a completely different time when it's appropriate to. Anyways, back into the main point of what I was trying to say is that, it kept me alive. It kept me from drowning myself into deep thoughts and becoming suicidal to the point where, and I have gotten to that point. I did get to that point in my life. I'll be honest. I went on a cadet exercise, and I went and tried to drown myself in a lake. And then I realized afterwards how stupid that was, because how difficult it is for you to actually be able to drown yourself. Aside from the fact of how stupid it was to even attempt something like that. There's been times where I've gone to bridges and I've stood upon them and contemplated it whilst being in psychosis and trying to figure out what's going on and what I should do. But I didn't want to get, I've experienced that, and I didn't want to have that continuously happening throughout my whole life. So I found a relief, a way to get out from it, and it was building. It was the one thing that cleared my mind and got me focused and really kept me in a null. But anyways, that all being said, that really leads into kind of the more precedent topic that I want to discuss, which is my life now. Ever since I became an adult, it's impossible to do that relief. I still have all of my Lego. Every single brick that I've got since I was a kid still remains with me. I haven't sold any of it off. The Mega Bloks was a little bit different because I never really liked Mega Bloks, to be honest with you, even though it is a Canadian-owned company. But anyways, that's another argument I can make at a later time too. But I kept all of it because I wanted, I don't know, I guess it's a fear that if I don't have it there, that one time when I need it, it's not going to be there. But, because I don't really have the time to invest in that like I used to, that's why I really focus in Minecraft on doing nothing but building. Because when I'm stressed out and I'm going back into that null of depression or anything like that, I mean, I don't have the psychosis anymore. That kind of's gone away. But I still have those kind of depressional, suicidal thoughts every now and again. And that's really what gets me out, is building. And that's why, I focus more on doing creative building than I do on survival gameplay. And I know that kind of sucks that everybody wants to see that, but maybe that helps everyone understand why I do it more. And I'd like to get into more survival, and I'd like to expand my game genre in general and play more than just Minecraft and Heroes of the Storm all the time. But anyways, the precedent topic that I really try to push to, because I'm trying to say so many things and I'm trying to make this short and it's not happening, is my life right now. I'm trying so hard to find a balance in between work and streaming and YouTube and my own life and family. Like, there are some people who can live stream and then they'll make 8 videos that day, all different topics from their YouTube, all different gameplays and whatnot, and they can still have a life and do a family, and they can work their asses off, and that's great, and I think that's fantastic. If you can do that, go for it. I am not one of those people. I do not have the time in my life nor the energy to invest in doing that much. And when I was younger, hell yeah, absolutely. Even like a year ago, I probably could have, maybe not done 8 videos in a day, but I could have done a lot more than I do now. And it's more or less because I'm becoming burnt out. I've been only a year and a half now into working my current job of retail management, and I don't think I knew what I was getting myself into. McDonald's management was difficult and was very stressful. And this is equally the same. And I had just as many, if not more, hats at McDonald's as I do where I am now. And by hats, I mean how many different things I was doing. Because a lot of people really, they assume that because I'm management that all I do is a desk job. I do is just paperwork or ordering, that's it. But I really don't. I do a lot of other things. I do ordering, payroll, I help with scheduling and interviews and hiring and stocking shelves and everything, like so many different things that I'm responsible for. And I have to do all of that in an 8-hour day on top of coming home and trying to find the time and doing YouTube videos and editing those videos and rendering those videos and uploading those videos and live streaming and it's very draining. I'm finding it difficult to get up in the morning because I'm feeling so tired. But I don't want to take a break from it because I feel like I'm worried that if I take a break from doing streaming and YouTube, that I'm going to stop enjoying it. I'm going to be like, oh, you know, I've taken a break and now I don't want to do it anymore. And I don't want that because I feel like a failure. I've failed so many times. I tried to do I used to have a YouTube channel called Krieger Studios, and I wanted to do stop motion, and I wanted to be a successful stop motion artist. And then that tanked because I just never had the energy to actually put into figuring out how to do CGI and rendering and to invest in setting up my scenes and everything. And so that tanked and bombed. And then, you know, I wanted to do a successful Minecraft server. I wanted to own and operate a massive server with so many different things and whatnot. And then that bombed too because, again, I couldn't do what I wanted to do with it. Unfortunately, even though Minecraft is very unlimited, it is limited as well. And I think I got to a point where I just wanted it to be what I couldn't make it happen. And so I just kind of gave up on it, you know. And with Cadets, it was the one thing that I didn't give up on, but after a certain point, you have to do what's called age out, which is essentially meaning that when I turned 19, because I was no longer covered under insurance, I had to age out of the program and I could no longer be a cadet. And I felt like as soon as that happened, I was a failure again because I was like, I didn't accomplish anywhere near the amount of things I wanted to in the cadet program as I could have, because I didn't put the effort in or the time in or whatever. I beat myself up so much. And I just want you guys to know that I feel like I'm crying wolf and I'm saying sorry all these times about all these different things. Like maybe it's my Canadianness and me saying sorry so much, but I am trying so hard to find a balance, and it may end up being after I move that I have to find something else for work. If I have to take a pay cut because I need the time to invest into doing more of what I love doing, that may just be how it is. But right now I can't. I just dropped $4,000 to invest in PAX Prime and TwitchCon because one is a birthday trip for myself. I have to actually leave on the day of my birthday to go to PAX Prime. The other one is more of a business, learning more about Twitch and about streaming and getting some more feedback and knowledge so that I can improve my stream and make it better for you guys. It's more of a business trip, I guess. So, you know, but again, I had to drop that money to go to all these things. And I'm not really going to get into details of why I spent so much money. And you know, some of you might think that's crazy, but I really wanted to do it. And so I did it. And, but again, to be able to afford things like this, I need the kind of income I have now. And you're never going to get something like that outside of management, or very rarely will you. Unless you're doing like hard labor, which because of my asthma and because my back, I really can't do. But anyways, I think I've rambled long enough. I just really want to sum it up by saying, you know, life can get hard and stressful. It does get better. It has gotten better for me, and there's still points where I still go back into the depression and I still go back to these different things, but I always wake up in the morning and ask myself what matters. And when I think what matters, first and foremost, it is always my family. And then right after that, it is my community and what I'm trying to establish here, not only on YouTube, not only on Twitch, but like, you know, the LGBT community that I try to give back to. I go to Pride events all the time and I try to give back to them, and everything like that. So yeah, I'm sure there's things I missed that I wanted to discuss, and I'm sure that I've connected the dots really stupidly in this vlog, but I really hope you guys did enjoy this, and if you did, I would appreciate it if you liked it. And you know, leave some comments. Let me know how you guys feel. You know, things. Maybe there's something you'd like some suggestions on how to improve in your life, or maybe there's tips you can give me on how I can find a balance in things in my life. But yeah, other than that, thank you guys so much for being a part of this channel and a part of my community, and I really look forward to what we can accomplish together going forward. So other than that, thank you guys so much for tuning in. I do appreciate it as always, and we will see you guys next time here in the council chambers. Take care, everybody.